Okay, so welcome to making rock candy today. The things you're going to need will be your oven, because you're going to have to boil water. You're going to need sugar and water. Oh, we got one more coming in.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Amara.
Do we have to do it during the Zoom meeting because I'm in my room right now?
No, you don't. You can do this later. That's why I'm recording it, so you can watch it. Hey, Joshua. Welcome. Hey, Anaya. Welcome. All right, so we're going to be making rock candy today. So I'm going to record it and show you guys later, just in case. But today I'm going to start off. First thing you need to do is in a medium saucepan. I'm going to... Hi, Amari. I'm going to boil water, 1 cup of water to start, okay? So I used my 1 cup measuring device here, my 1 cup, and I'm just boiling water to start off. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you some of the other things I'm using. These are little skewers. They're little wooden skewers. Some people use them for like shish kebabs or different kind of kebabs when they're cooking. These are really good to use for the rock candy. Some people use cardboard straws too. You can do that if you want, but these tend to be the best ones. They're very small. They're not a little bit bigger than my hand, but there is a pointy side, so you want to be careful if you have little brothers and sisters. Okay, see here, it's a little pointy, so just be careful. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take however many, let me move this, however many things of rock candy you want to make. I'm going to try to make 4 today. That's how many sticks you want to wet, and you only need to wet the top part of it. You don't need to wet the whole thing. So I really want to make sure this top half is wet, so I'm going to put it in the sink, wet it to start, and show you what we're going to do.
I don't have that.
Another thing you can use is chopsticks. Sometimes people have chopsticks laying around if you had Chinese food a couple weeks ago or something. That might be something you can use as well. Whatever works. So once I wet the top, I took a paper plate and I sprinkled some sugar in it. So once I have the sugar in it, now I'm going to roll the wet half of my wooden stick into the salt. Okay? So you can see here, it's nice and crystally to start. Nice and crystally. Okay?
Wait, salt or sugar?
Oh, I'm sorry, sugar. Sugar.
Jonathan,
Nope.
you're
That's okay. I'm just making sure no one else came in. Okay. So once you have your sugar on your stick, I do want to set it aside and let it dry. I don't want it to be super wet while I'm doing the experiment because the sugar might fall off the stick, okay? So I have my stick, and I already did 4 of them so that I knew they could dry earlier.
I don't have any of that stuff.
Not even chopsticks? No chopsticks? Do you have like straws or something at home? Like they have cardboard or paper straws they make a lot of times now. That might work too. Or any type of little wooden... A what?
I have a plastic straw.
Maybe. You can try it. I'm not sure if it'll work, but it might work. Maybe. Never hurts to try. All right, so here are my 4 ones that are already completed. I'm going to check on my water to see if it's boiling yet. And it's getting there. So what I'm going to be doing next, let me put these down, is I'm going to be mixing in very slowly 2 cups of sugar. Now as I mix in, I'm only using a ½ a cup measuring cup because I don't want to put too much in because I have to make sure it fully dissolves before I add more. You don't want it to be too gritty. You want to put it in and then make sure it completely turns back to water. It's going to get almost like a pasty texture. So here's my first ½ cup. I'm just going to dump it in the boiling water. And this is the really important part. You got to mix it really, really good. And as you're mixing, you're going to see that all the sugar dissolves. And you won't even see it anymore because it's going to turn to a liquid form because we're heating it up inside the water. So once that first ½ cup is gone, now I can add another one. It's pretty fast. It doesn't take a long time. Okay. Keep on mixing. You don't want to stop mixing because you want it to completely dissolve.
Wait, what do you do with the straw again?
I'm gonna put this on the Google Drive, Jonathan. So if you want to play it back, I'm recording this on my phone. So I'll have a YouTube video. You can watch it again, okay? But the only thing I did with the wooden skewers is I wet half of them to start, the top half, whatever half you want, and then I rolled it in sugar on a paper plate. So it's water and sugar to start.
Alright.
Okay, that one. So far I have a whole cup of sugar already in here. And here's another half. It's almost making like a simple syrup. This is kind of just like sugar water, but the heat is making it boil away. So this is something, if you have little brothers and sisters, make sure you're doing safely. Have mom or dad watch so you don't burn anything. And then the last half cup. So I had 1 cup of water boiled, and then I slowly mixed in 2 cups of sugar, and then it's completely disintegrating inside the boiling water right now. I got a little bit left that still has to disintegrate. So as I'm doing this, you can think about, do you have a question? Not yet? Okay. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to think about some colors. It's really hot water. So originally I had some plastic cups I was going to use to make it, but that doesn't really make sense in my brain because the plastic cups aren't going to work if I'm putting hot water in. So I'm going to switch my plan a little bit to use glass cups so that I know they don't melt when I pour the water in. All right, so this has become completely good. So I'm going to turn off the boiler and I'm going to get some cups together here that I can put my water in. All right, so I have 4 cups. I'm just going to make 4 different colors of rock candy. You don't have to use color at all. You can use it if you want, but I'm just going to put in 2 drops of different colors of food coloring into each of the cups. Normally when you see rock candy at the store, it has a color to it, but not always. So I'm going to make a red one. Move that off the heat. A green one. And we'll see which colors come out the best. I have no idea. This is the first time I'm doing this experiment. So we'll see what it turns out to be. All right, and a blue. So I have a red, a green, a yellow, and a blue. And all I did was put 2 drops of food coloring in each of the cups. And again, I used glass cups so that they don't melt, because you don't want to use plastic because the sugar water is very, very hot right now. So this next step, you might want mom and dad to be a helper because the pan's pretty hot and you want to put it into each of these cups equally. So I'm going to pour it in.
Like you should put sugar in the pan and then wait till it boils.
Yep. Well, no, hold on. You put 1 cup of water in the pan, wait till it boils, and then you put 2 cups of sugar. So I don't know how well you can see my colors here, but I used just basic food coloring. So in each of these glasses are the very, very hot, okay, you can see it here, the very hot sugar water. So now I'm going to take my dried skewers. So these are the ones that I made earlier. So it has sugar already dried on top. You can see that it's a little bit of crystals to start. And I'm going to put each one into one of these glasses. Now to help it stand up straight, I went out to my laundry line and I actually got clothespins.
Are they these kind of cups?
Is that glass or plastic?
Plastic.
You can use that to measure, but I wouldn't use that to keep your water in because it might be pretty hot. Ask Mom first if it's okay to put hot water in it. If it's okay, then you can use that one. That's fine. So right now, I'm using clothespins that you would...
How do you measure sugar, like in a cup, like cups?
You use the same type of measuring cup you have there. You just measure 2 cups instead of 1 like the water. So I'm going to use my clothespins here, and I'm going to clothespin the skewer, and I'm going to suspend them in my cups. Because I don't want them to completely fall over. All right. And what's going to happen now is as your water and your sugar water, it cools down, all of that melted sugar is going to attach to the sugar that's already on those wooden skewers, and it's going to form rock candy. Now, how long do you think it's going to take before I can pull that out and actually have rock candy on it? How long do you think?
15 minutes.
15 minutes? What else do you think?
1 hour.
1 hour? Angel, what do you think?
I think like an hour or 2.
Okay. Zen?
I think 30 minutes.
Amara? You're still on mute. Yep.
I think it takes like 45 minutes.
Well, here's the big surprise, and this is why I did it on Thursday. It actually takes like 5 to 6 whole days. So what I just made now, I won't be able to eat it until I see you again next week. Yeah, so we're going to make it today, and then next Wednesday, we're going to come back and see how it turned out. So you have a whole lot of time to just watch it. Now what's going to happen is inside this glass, right now it's completely liquid, but as it starts to cool off, all of the sugar is going to attach and get hard. So there's still going to be liquid inside of here, but after the 6 days, there's gonna kind of be like a crunchy top on top of the water that we're gonna break through and pull the stick out, and you're gonna see all of the sugar crystals. It's almost like a geode inside, which is really, really neat because you guys know I like rocks and geology a lot. So you have to be patient and try not to touch the cups for that long, okay? So if you want to try on Wednesday to come back and see how it goes, try to make them today or tomorrow so that you have a long enough time for them to set up, okay? What do you think? You think anyone's going to be able to try it? I'm going to let these sit. I actually might make more sugar water because I made 4 sticks. So I might double the recipe and do 2 cups of water and 4 cups of sugar to see if I can make it a little bit taller in each glass. So I might do that when I log out with you guys. Does anyone have questions about the experiment so far? Of how you make rock candy? Has anybody had rock candy before? Yeah?
I haven't.
I used to love it. I would always get it when I went to Crystal Cave because Crystal Cave is one of my favorite places to go in the summertime. I hope we get to go this year, but that's where I always got my rock candy. So this is just going to be basic sugar rock candy. It's not going to have a flavor to it. It will have a color though because I put the colored water in. Okay? Any questions, guys? So as I put this onto our Zoom, I also recorded it on YouTube. So if you want to go back and remake the directions, you certainly can. So 1 cup of water to 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to double it now, so I'm going to do 2 cups of water and 4 cups of sugar. And then remember to roll your stick in sugar, let it dry, put it in the cup, and then we're going to see after 6 days, 6 whole days, what it's going to look like next Wednesday. Okay? Any questions?
Green screen.
What?
People keep turning on green screen.
Oh, I don't know. All right, I'm going to say bye to my friends on YouTube, and we'll check back in on Wednesday.